Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We've been live for a little bit, just trying to set some stuff up, putting things on Twitter, seeing what's happening with the game. Let's see if right now, they're just kind of talking some nonsense in the setup for this. So we should be having a bunch of people from the FFD260 family joining us. So make sure you go ahead and check us out. You can find us on the internet, ffdynasty260.com. You can find me on Twitter. I am the at-home dad, FFD at-home dad. Let's see if we get anybody joining in with us. See what happens. And we're one commercial break away from the Senior Bowl kickoff, boys. So I'm popping myself a beer, sponsored by Dogfish Head. You got a little look at that guy. Beautiful stuff. Let's see what we have happening. So you guys are going to see me doing this a couple of times throughout the thing. This is just the intro for the Senior Bowl. You should be watching it now. Watching it, getting ready to go. I'll be able to flick back and forth to this to be able to show you guys basically whatever we want to look at. So for copyright things, I won't be watching it the entire time though. But let's go ahead. Let's look at the rosters for the Senior Bowl. See who people are looking forward to. There's going to be a lot of people here. This is what I do is the first thing. What? Wow. Busted links already. I will get there in a second, but stop that. But we'll go ahead and get this set up. Be able to look at some of the rosters, see what people are looking forward to. This is the process that I go through of trying to watch the Senior Bowl or watching clips of it and looking for who shows out. So yeah, this is definitely one of the best things to watch because you actually get to see the best linemen against the best linemen. You get to see the best running backs against the best D line, the best linebackers, the best safeties. Yeah, they're not going to play the same way that they would in a normal game, but you're definitely going to see a lot of guys going at it and really seeing what they can do. So. Let's see here. Well, we got one viewer here. Let's go ahead and watch some of the game right now, shall we? Let's see what these guys are talking about now. See, this is why you watch it for guys like this right here, Deebo Samuel. You want to see what he's going to look like playing in South Carolina. Up in New York, I don't get to see a lot of the South Carolina games, especially during the NFL season. I don't get to watch a lot of them. So it's real tough for me to be able to go through and actually watch what these guys look like. So it becomes tricky to be able to actually say, who looks really good right now. So I love watching the Senior Bowl because I get to see, all right, Deebo out of South Carolina. Let's see what he's got against some top-notch cornerbacks, which, you wouldn't get when they're playing against, I'm thinking about the Kingsbury stat that came out just a little while ago where he was being hyped up as this great offensive mind, but he played terrible against the 128th ranked defense. Like that's the worst. That's the worst ranked defense there was. So yeah, your offense is going to look good against guys like that. So yeah, it's this really helps me be able to see what can guys do when they're not playing against guys that aren't going to be playing in the league next year, and that's really what we want to see is how do you play against guys that are going to be playing in the league next year. Hopefully we get a few guys from the FFD260 family popping in at some point soon so that you're not just listening to my voice the whole time. Checking Twitter right now, seeing if anybody's out there, seeing if there's any questions that you guys are posting, seeing if there's anything that you guys actually want to talk about. That's basically what this is for, a chance for us to meet, talk, have a beer, watch some of the game, and just have a good time. So hop onto Twitter, follow the tweet that got you here. Let me know what you want to talk about. And you'll see me kind of looking all over the place because I got the webcam going, but I also have my screen going where I'm trying to pop into all this different things. So I'm not doing Adam Gase eyes here following a taco around. All right, let's see here. Anything new popping up in here? Let's see. A handful of retweets, but nobody actually talking about what they want to talk about. So come on, people. If you're in there, let us know what's going on. Let's go ahead. John Gruden's talking. You got to hear what John Gruden's saying, right? How many spider Y2 bananas did John Gruden have him run? See, this right here sucks. The no stunts or blitzes. I would love to be able to see that happen and actually see what the line looks like. But there's definitely player safety thing happening here. If you think about guys last year, the years before that got hurt, and the reason why some of these guys don't even decide to play because the risk for injury is always there. So here's the open kickoff. Decent little run back. Nice little hit though. Look at that. That's going to be the biggest hit that you'll see all weekend because the pros aren't going to hit like that. All right, so let's see the first play. Let's see what we got here. Will Greer out of West Virginia. Ooh, cover one, quick slant. That was Debo Samuels in there too. That's the guy that Bucky Brooks was just talking about that he wanted to actually be able to go see and see how he was actually going to perform. So that's good to see. See this guy Debo Samuels getting some work. We got Tyree Marshall in now. Let's see. Let's see if we can share a little bit of this again. Zach Allen, a guy that a lot of people are predicting to go super, super high. Let's see who else we got in here. I mean, I don't. Let's be honest. Unless you're playing IDP, the defenses you're not paying as close an attention to, but it's definitely fun to see what they're going to do out here. A little wobbly. Not a not a bad little pocket he gets there. Good little double team. Renfro, I feel like he's been around forever. Actually, looked like a nice cut from the wide receiver in the bottom there. I wonder who that was. I wonder if that was Debo again. This is where you want to get that all 22 film and really see who's making the best routes here. Oh, Will Greer's doing all right. Nothing too fancy. Nothing too fancy that he's doing right now, but looks like he's doing enough to be able to, do something. I mean, I'm not a big fan of uh, some of these quarterbacks and these type of Senior Bowls because you always get somebody that's, you know, they look great in these situations because you can't blitz and you can't stunt and you can't put the type of pressure on them that you would really want to really want to put on. So let's see what else we can get in here. See if I can pull up the rosters for you guys real quick. See if there's any guys out there that we really want to kind of hone in on. Still waiting to see if anybody wants to actually jump in here and really be able to say what's happening. So let me, guys, send me a tweet, do something. Let me know what you want to talk about. Let me know if you just want me to shut up and just show you bits and pieces of the game because I can make that happen too. It's a nice little throw by Greer. Nice little quick slant. It's a little sad that the only completed pass has been slants right now though. All right, we might be getting one of the FF260 guys joining us shortly, so hopefully we can get them in here and actually get a conversation going. Because right now I'm just kind of talking to myself while watching the game. Makes me feel a little crazy. People, come on, help me out. Help me out a little bit. Show me that. Show me what you want to talk about here. All right, let's see what we got running the ball here. Oh, nice cut. What a great bounce. Dive for it. That was nice. Look at that jump cut and then acceleration to the outside. Oh, yeah, he's short though. That's one of those mental mistakes you'd expect him to be able to do better with when he gets to the pros and stuff like that. But that was a hell of a bounce out. Uh, Armstead looking good so far on his first couple. You know, pause this for a second. That was he's Just shy it there again. All right. We got to figure out how to do a chat actually in this type of Google Live like this because yeah, I don't know what anybody wants to talk about right now. Let's see if they can punch this in here while still have the screen sharing open. I mean, hell, you guys can ask me a question if Dogfish Head is good, man. I love it. Want to talk beer for a little bit? We can make that happen. There goes Armstead getting this working for that long drive that he was able to have. So good for him. Let's see here. Still no questions though, huh, people? All right, well, just stuck with me until we get somebody else jumping in here and doing something. But Armstead looks real good right now. Will Greer looked a little, he didn't look great, but he didn't look bad. Completed a couple quick slants. Debo made a nice grab on a quick slant. What was his name? Uh, totally forgot the other dude's name already. That's how unmemorable the quick slant was, but two decent grabs on quick slants. And honestly, Armstead looked the best on his little quick bounce outside. And since they're going to commercial, we're going to cut out for a little bit too. Let's see here. Let's try and pull up these Senior Bowl rosters again. See if there's any of these guys coming in the, a little bit later that we might be really interested in watching. So we have 12 people right now listening in and viewing. If there's any way to send me a message, guys, follow me on Twitter. You can find me at FFD at Home Dad. Send me a message, send me a DM, send me a question, send me a review. Tell me what you want to happen. Tell me what you want to talk about. We can talk about NFL stuff. We can talk fantasy. We can talk beer. We can talk, scotch. We can talk bourbon. I had a nice little glass of Basil Hayden's last night. Come on, people, send me something. Let me know. Let me know what's happening, and let's have a good time. That's what this is about. This is funny. It looks like they've literally crashed the Senior Bowl website. Like every time I've tried clicking on seniorbowl.com, it's telling me that it's not working. So there must be a whole lot of people trying to jump on and watch right now. So let's see here. Just kind of going through right now, looking at the Senior Bowl rosters. I really feel like Drew Lock. I want to see what he can do coming out of the SEC. That should be good. Andy Isabella. That's one that I really want to see what he can do out there. I mean, Trace McSorley. Honestly, I really haven't liked him. I watched him play a few games while scouting some people last year, and he's just one of those type of quarterbacks where I feel like Penn State does well, and that's why he kind of does well. I haven't seen anything out of him that I really think is amazing, though. If you guys have a player that you want me to pay special attention to, or shout out, or pull anything up for, go ahead and let me know. Again, send me some kind of message, either a DM on Twitter at FFD at Home Dad, or reply to the tweet. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. All right. Let's see what's happening in the game now. Nice little play action there. A nice little play coming across the formation for the wide receiver here. Anytime you get a wide receiver against a linebacker on a play like that, you should be able to pick up a decent chunk of yardage. So smart play. It does kind of suck that the defense is limited in the what they can actually do here, but still definitely fun to watch. Good double team on the line. Ooh. And then he dropped it. So this is gonna be one of those things where people are gonna joke about because it's like 2 years ago that actually might not be a catch though. If you watch the way he bobbles the football right there, and then just poor protection of the ball. At least he was able to jump on it again though. They're gonna spend some time reviewing that, so we're gonna cut the feed for that for just a moment. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna try and reach out to a few more people here, see if we can get a couple more people jumping in here. See what happens. Come on. Let's see. My bad there, guys. Playing around with a new system here, seeing what we got going on. We missed a what looked like a pretty much of a dud of a run, but nice little spread formation. Let's see what they can do with it. Oh, missed them and had two guys in the same spot. Yeah, a little sloppy with his footwork there. The commentator was just kind of talking about, and that happens when the pocket's collapsing. Which I mean, in a game like this, where as a quarterback, you're probably not getting hit with too much. Really shouldn't be an issue with getting your feet set. Let's see here. They're going to cut to commercial, so I'm going to cut that out for a little bit again. Take a moment. Why not throw out one more time? Check out our website, FFDynasty260.com. Check me out on Twitter. Check out our whole team on Twitter at FFD260. Check me out. I am the At Home Dad. You can find me on Twitter at FF the At Home Dad. Send me a DM. Send a link, not a link, but a reply to the tweet that got you here. And let me know what you guys want to talk about. Like I said, we can talk about whatever you want. I love going on rants. Part of this should be the fun of just kind of going in and having a beer, watching the game at a bar, and just being able to talk shit with everybody. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for here. So again, let me know what you guys want to hear. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Once we get the game back on, I'll throw that back on so we can kind of watch that together. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking out there. Let me know what you guys want to hear. That's what I'm here to do. To really talk nonsense, talk shit with everybody, and have a good time. So yeah, Hunter Renfro, really, he's been around forever. I just looked that up again. Like I remember watching him. What was it, 2 years ago when Clemson won it, and thinking he looked decent then, but What he's been doing recently. That's part of the problem with being so invested in NFL sometimes is you spend so much time invested in the NFL that you kind of have to divvy up where your time goes. And unfortunately, I don't get to watch barely any college during the actual season. So I use this time to actually go back and be able to, use this time to see who's playing, who's doing well, who's in the Senior Bowl. Use that as my kind of jumping off ground to be able to say, all right, who should I be looking at? Who should I be paying attention to? And going back to things like other people's kind of setups of who's who and who should go where in different rounds and stuff like that. But oh, oh, there we go. That's a nice little defensive move. That's a big boy. They just called him the new daddy. Sorry about that. Actually, I really am a dad. Just had to check the baby monitor for a second there. I had a little cry going, but through his progressions, avoids the sack, and oh, that actually that look see that's one of the things though where it looks like he should have that ball. He should have high pointed it. He lets it go into his chest. See that's the type of thing is that as I get further and further into my watch of wide receivers, especially if they're doing plays like that, yes, there was pass interference. We're gonna let that slide a little bit, but he should have been able to catch that anyways, at least from the first look of this. Like right here, hands should be up. See, he's alligator arming that. He's putting his hands up like this, and that's not how you catch the ball as a pro. You catch, and honestly, that's not how you catch the ball. You catch the ball like this. You create the diamond, and you let the ball hit in the diamond, and you close around it. Anytime you go like this, you're clapping on the ball, and that's not good technique. That's not pro quality receiving right there. So that's something. Oh, that's a big man doing a somersault. Wow, that's a that's a big. Somebody needs to gif that up, cut that one up, and show that one to the Twitter world because that was a big man doing a backflip. Let's try and get you guys back in there real quick. Just letting you know what's happening. Just the throwaway, and actually looks like another pass interference call is happening right there. Um, so let's do this. Yeah, that was clearly you. I love when they do that, where they. So that actually is not the best of releases from Debo Samuel, though. He runs in, gets all up in his body, never really is able to fight him off there. Um, be interesting to watch how he does with releases like that more often. Let's see what we got. Nice play action, tight coverage though, not bad. All right, let's do a quick check of the Twitter and see if we got anything happening while they're sitting for second down. Again, like I said, you send me anything you want. FF the at home dad on Twitter. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Let me know if you just trying to get a glimpse of the game for free. If that's what it is, hey, there's no worries with that as long as nobody reports me, right? I think this works as like for copyright though, because it's really only like short little clips, right? It's like the same thing as highlights. Anybody who is a lawyer out there, just let me know. That's good work there. All right, here's a big 3rd and 11. Let's see what Greer's able to do here. Decent pocket. They're probably going to be a hold there. And throws a duck. But that's Renfro again. That's going to come back probably most than likely um, for a hold. But that's Renfro that I was talking about before. I felt like when I was watching the Clemson game way back when, he was that guy that I was like, this guy looks like he could be a that's a defensive penalty. But I remember watching Renfro with Clemson and Deshaun Watson, thinking that he could be one of these guys that comes out and is not a high profile guy, but is one of those type of guys that is a kind of like a Wayne Krebet, if you want to go all the way back. Somebody like that that's able to, kind of, not be super explosive, but just be a real sure-handed, safe 3rd down bet. Let's see here. He won the Bobby Bowden Award, so that's cool. Just doing a little quick research on him while they're waiting to snap the ball. Oof. A little run play where they lost 5 yards. All right, let's see. Come on, somebody's got to tell me something here, right? Send me a sign that you're watching, that you're listening, that you're paying attention, that you want to know what's happening. Let me go back to the screen share real quick. Show you guys what's happening. Uh-oh. Go to sleep, child. Go to sleep. If any fathers are out there, you know what I'm talking about. They laid the kid down for nap time and they're rolling, making a noise, and you're trying to will them to go back to sleep from the other room through the monitor. There's a nice little catch by Renfro. Doesn't really help much, though, with 3rd and 14 catching a short pass like that. But, all right, they're going to go into a kick here. So I'm going to take a quick little break as well and go check on my little boy. So we're gonna keep the broadcast going, but I'm going to take a quick second here. All right, I'm back. Boom, parenting. Quick sprint to the 2nd floor. Quick rub of the back. Make sure he has his little stuffed animal. Yeah, that's real life parenting right there. All right. So yeah, they're back in commercial. One more time. Send me what you guys want to hear about. Let me know what's going on. Send me a tweet. Send me a DM. Let me know what you guys want. Uh, what you guys want to be, what you want to talk about. We can talk NFL. We can talk these guys coming out. Like I said, this is my first kind of look at these players. But if you got somebody that you're like, hey, check this guy out, I want to know, because like I said, this is the start of my process for a lot of these guys. Minus like the guys that have, been getting hyped already around fantasy circles, like a Marquise Brown, who I tweeted about earlier, and Kill Harry, AJ Brown. Who else has been getting a lot of love? We got the game starting to come back on. But yeah, all those guys that people have been, kind of hyping up as their top, top kind of picks for the first round of the fantasy drafts, especially the dynasty drafts. Trying to figure out who's who and being able to get a good look at it. So, excuse me. All right, let's cut back into the game and all right, looks like Locke's still on the field here, so let's see what he's able to do. Not a great run. I mean, there wasn't a ton there, but decent power into the hole. But I'd like to see a little bit more. Wow. Okay. A little creativity. Usually we throw it overhand in this sport. That's more rugby where you go underneath. But whatever's clever. Like what? Like why though? See that's something where it's like, oh, it worked out great for him, but that's something to me where it's like questioning, like why throw it like that? Why make that decision to do that? Because really, as an NFL quarterback, that's what people are going to be questioning nonstop: is why you make the decision you make. A little bobble with the snap. Probably could have picked that first up too if that was a clean handoff, giving him one more chance to give him a chance to really plant his foot in. Delays the handoff by a split second. Actually, no, number 4 jumped that route. Number 4 on defense jumped that route, jumped that hole so fast there wasn't really a chance. Well, this is fun. We're playing a little Madden here, 4th and 1. At your own 35, going for it. Wait, so they do a 2-minute warning for the first quarter? Okay, that's what we're doing. All right. So one more time, shouting out the Twitter. You can find the whole FFD260 family on Twitter at FFD260. You can find us online at ffdynasty260.com. You can find me on Twitter at FF the At Home Dad. Send me a DM, send me a tweet, send me a reply on the link that got you here. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. I've said it like several times, and I still mean it though. Like, let me know what you guys want to actually talk about, because otherwise you're just going to hear me kind of rambling on and talking, and I'm going to do my own research on my guys as we're at spots like this, and kind of talk through it and let you guys know what what I'm thinking, who I'm looking forward to see. But let's see. Let's actually pull up. I'm gonna pull up the fantasy rankings right now and see what we have in the top round here. Just kind of get a look. Go to some of the dynasty mocks that you can find on FF Dynasty 260. We run them all the time. There's an easy way for you to jump into it: email address, Twitter handle. Be able to jump into it from there. and actually get some of these dynasty drafts in already. So let's see. They're actually coming back from the commercial here. So come on. Let's see here. Let's take a second, go back to the game, see what we got going on here. See, these two guys right here are a good reason to watch the game. And Gerald Everett as well. Watch the game, be able to see what they can do. Oh yeah, Cooper Cup in the Senior Bowl was crazy. Commentators are just kind of talking about that a little bit. Yeah, that was tight coverage out there. That's great coverage. Getting over top of the wide receiver like that, being able to control the speed. That's what you want to do as the wide receiver. Ah. See, that's actually unfortunate to hear. The commentators just mentioned that Isabella plays mostly outside in UMass and then has been transitioning into the slot, and how that's been somewhat challenging for him to go into the slot. And honestly, the way the pros are working right now, being able to, wow, that's a big shot. Being able to play out of the slot is just so much more, fantasy important than being that number one receiver anymore, being that X receiver that's on the outside. Looks like they both went head to head there. That was like top of the helmet to shoulder pad for both of them. All right, well, they're kind of taking a moment here with this 4th and 4, how they might go for it again. But South took a timeout. Like I said, I'm just kind of doing my own. If you guys aren't going to talk to me, let me know what you guys want to hear. I'm going to do a little bit of my own research in here, kind of walk you guys through what I'm looking at too, and how we'll have a good time even doing that. So let's go to the screen share real quick. Oh, nice little run. It looked like he stepped out beforehand though. See, that's what you want to see out of a kid like Isabella though. This is crazy. I got 2-year-olds. I'm building that in their bedroom this weekend. It's supposed to be a big tight end draft this year, but I don't know. From fantasy perspective, are you really interested in a rookie tight end? I mean, outside of like Evan Ingram, Jeremy Shockey, like how far back do we need to go to like have like rookie tight ends that are really like showing up in a real big way? I mean, even like OJ Howard and Joku and the big guys recently, they had decent rookie years, but definitely not anything that you would do in redraft. That's definitely more of a um, dynasty type of perspective. I mean, look at Jaceki. Everybody was so big on Jaceki, but I mean, it was Miami. Let's be honest, it was Miami. But not a ton to look forward to there. So I love how Kyle Shanahan looks like a little kid. Like he literally. Let me see if I can rewind this real quick. But Kyle Shanahan legit looks like he's just hanging out on the street corner. Yeah, look at him. Just chilling. Got his little hat. Let's stop. There we go. So 3rd and 4. Let's see what they can do here. Hopefully that didn't mess up the timing too much. Oh. So another 3rd and 4. Let's see if they hit Isabella again. They're circling this guy up here, but I kind of want to see Isabella because this is the role that I see him being able to fit in. He's open there too. But wow, there was literally everyone open on those quick curls. That's nice. I mean, that's what you want to be able to see though from a guy like this, is being able to make a high percentage throw like an out route, see what the velocity looks like on the ball coming out. Because when you get NFL corners that they want you to throw that out route because they're waiting for it. Well, that looked like a little bit of a miscommunication, but when you see those NFL corners that are waiting for that, you want to see that velocity be able to get out there, because if you're lollipopping one of those throws and one of these speed cornerbacks can get under it, they're gonna get it and take it all the way for 6 because there's nobody left out there. So let's see what they can do with this here. Rock Yasin. Oh. I like the head turn around. Let's see the hands. Oh, the hands were in the right place. He's just got to catch that ball. McLaurin. Have to go back and check some of his tape, see what his hands look like, because that can always be a one-off play where he's somebody that has really strong hands typically, but for any sake of copyright infringement, we're gonna cut away for real quick as they take a timeout, getting ready for this 44-yard field goal. But let's see what we have happening in the Twitter. Again, you can find me on Twitter at FFD at home dad. I mean, you must have seen the links on here, so feel free to send me a reply to that tweet. Let me know what you want to talk about. Send me a DM. Let me know what you want to talk about. Hopefully, we get some guys in here being able to talk some shop. That's kind of the plan. Obviously we're not like the big name guys where this is all we do. We all have lives. I mean, shit, I just had to run away and rub my kids back for a moment. So hopefully we can get some people on here. All right, so let's see what happens here. Shank City. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have been watching any of the mock drafts that have been happening. I've been trying to watch a few of them. They're all over the place right now, which I honestly kind of enjoy because it gives me a lot of people to take a look at. But who do you guys think I should be looking at? Let me know. That's my question for you guys. Who should I be looking at? I'm gonna put it on the tweet right now. I'm gonna reply to my own tweet. Who should we be paying attention for in here? Hopefully, I get some people replying to it. Who should we be looking for? All right. So the question is, who's your favorite fantasy option to watch for in the Senior Bowl? Let's see if we get some people replying to it. Come on, guys. Let me know what you think. Who should we be watching? I'll take that quick moment to have a beer for myself. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. Let's just do a quick check of what's happening on the Twitter while we're waiting. What do you guys say? See what we got going on. Anything happening new and recent? That is a good one. Born in born 1900 and 1999 equals normal humans. Born 1995, the president. What the fuck are you guys doing? Not fantasy related. Still funny though. Oh, not even any good polls coming out right now. Somebody sent a GIF of McSwirly dropping dimes, Carter Donick, and it's just a wide open play and a wide open miss. Yeah, looks about right. Apparently, John Gruden's been waiting all week for this. No, he's not waiting all week for another chance to play a game with the Raiders because they're pretty fucking terrible. No, that hopefully I didn't lose any Raiders fans there, but I think if I did, they probably would have been lost anyways because they're fucking terrible. Let's see. Oh, here's a fun one. Which RB do you prefer in Dynasty, Devonta Freeman or Chris Carson from Bauer Club FF? Um, I mean, I traded away Devonta Freeman last year in one of my dynasty leagues because injury issues and whatnot. But do you really go Chris Carson? This is a great. This is one of those great questions where it's like, do you go with somebody who's could be so much better in Devonta Freeman? Do you take the talent route or do you take the volume route? But I'm still going Devonta Freeman, and I agree with 56% of people. So, not bad. All right, let's see what we got going on in the game. Let's see here. Give this a second while it loads up. I see. This is how I know you guys are just watching for the game because I lost a few viewers when we were waiting for them to come back. So it's 2nd and 10. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, there's McSorley, Nittany Lions, missing his first pass. Yeah, like you said, I'm just not a big fan of him. Like his receivers because they can catch passes from him and be effective. Nothing, nothing happening there from the Notre Dame back. Anybody have an offensive lineman out there like Quentin Nelson from last year? Just thinking about how much I love that guy playing in the NFL right now. Who's this year's Quentin Nelson? I want to see a guy that literally comes around the edge screaming like a madman and just lays out people. Decent slant, nice little pick up there. Nice little work for McLaurin. Actually, it looked like it hit his body again though. I have to go back and look at that one. I actually want to see the catch. Show me the catch. Like I said, I want to. I hate when receivers catch the ball into their chest. It's just not a. It's just not the best approach, especially into the pros. That was a nice hole for him. Let's see. Oh, fumbled snap and dead play. Nothing. That's it's really funny after the commentators are just going, we got a nice collection of centers here. We got this guy, that guy, this guy, and whoop, mishandled snap, which, that could be the quarterback's fault pulling out too quick, but doesn't bode well for McSorley or the center there. Oh, Jesus. Way to not give your Keelan Doss making a great grab. Look at that. See, that's a great hands catch and tuck. See the full extension of the hands there, taking it like this and turning it in around the ball. That's the way you want to catch the ball. Uh, Again, though, McSorley, he takes a foot off of that ball. He catches that ball in stride and is able to, pick up at least more yards, maybe split the safeties. So oh, he's about to get murdered. Oh, nice play again. Okay. Nice play by Doss, not by McSorley there. McSorley did what he was supposed to and getting it out quickly. But Doss coming across the formation, coming all the way across here, getting open, hands catch, looking at the ball the way in. Like these are stuff that you're taught literally in like Pop Warner and high school football. And honestly, these are things that you're taught them at that age because you're expected for them to be habits by the time you get this good. So if you see a guy, alligator clapping at the ball like that uh, at this level, it becomes it becomes concerning because it means he never developed that habit. And what happens is when you're in a high pressure moment, you go back to your habits. If your habits to alligator clap like that, that's what's going to happen. And more often than not, you're going to drop that pass than if you actually go up with a nice tight diamond. Oh, nice cut. That actually that changed my mind about Higdon for a little bit. He looked like just a bruiser back that just ran into the back of his lineman. But look at this cut right here. Sees the double team really push him there. Nice cut. Gets his feet up. All right, not bad. I mean, here's a good question for everybody out there. Who would you rather have, Josh Jacobs or Damian Harris? Both out of Alabama. Both guys are, I've literally seen, oh, Swirly just outside. But both guys I've seen going in, that is the top, top 5 backs taken. So it's a good conversation to have of, do you like Josh Jacobs? Do you like Damian Harris? I think for fantasy, I think you have to go Josh Jacobs just because he can catch the ball a little bit better. He's a little bit more shifty, and everybody's just about playing PPR now. There's not very many standard leagues left, so you got to figure that that's what people are doing. So that gives Josh Jacobs a lot more. Wow, Higdon picked up another 2 yards with dude riding his back. Sad part is the league's not built for guys like Higdon. Unfortunately, those days of like Jerome Bettis, where you can be, just that big bruiser back. It doesn't work anymore. Everything's about spreading the defense out and finding those gaps and finding that space. And unfortunately, it will come back around because the NFL, like everything, is cyclic, in that it'll come back around. But right now, it's all about short, not even short. It's about speed. It's about quick twitch. It's about that spread offense, and eventually the defense is going to get so fast to match the offense's speed that eventually a big back like Higdon here is gonna make his pay, because he's gonna be able to just start running over some of the shorter, not even shorter, but the smaller, faster guys. But who knows how long that is out? That could be another, maybe 5 years out before the NFL comes back that way. Oh, good little scrum, but not going to get it. And take a quick pause for a second here. I just want to check something real quick before we jump back into the game. All right, let's get the screen share real quick so that we can hopefully see a touchdown here. Come on, McSwirly. It's all on you. And nothing. Wow, not even close to anything. He wasn't even being pressured there, was he? Did he just completely miss that? Womp, womp, womp. All right, we're going to cut away for a little bit. We watched it for quite a while there during that drive. I'm going to go back, check out Twitter real quick. As always, like I said, you can find me all the time on Twitter. I am the At Home Dad. You can find me at FFD At Home Dad. You can check out the whole FFDynasty260.com family at FFD260. But yeah, this is this is what we do here. We're trying to have a good time, trying to joke around, have a beer. What's better than watching football and beer? Come on, people. It's an institution. I'm just trying to check, see, do we got any messages happening? Oh, shout out to Wisco Boy 92. And that he's sending comments on YouTube and he's watching my stream. So shout out to you at Wisco Boy 92. I haven't seen the comments, but I'm gonna go right now and see if I can see what they are. But let's see. Let's see. I appreciate you watching the stream. Let's see here. I mean, they're cutting the commercial anyways, so hey, like I mentioned before, this is my first time, so we're all experiencing this together. But I mean, um, let's see here. What do we got happening? Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Yeah, I'm just trying to, find out more ways to be able to connect with people. So, don't mind me as I'm trying to do this. Like I said, check out the Twitter feed. I'm trying to get into where YouTube will actually tell me what people are commenting on what we actually got going on live. But I might just have to open another one real quick. So don't mind me as that's kind of happening. Don't worry, you're not missing anything in the game right now. They're just kind of doing their usual, commercial break. Check out these kids jumping on mats and stuff like that. Because that's what they really care about is getting the fans into it. So all right. Right now, it's looking like no comments happening at the moment. 3 thumbs down though. Wow, hurts my feelings. Not really, but it's all right. Uh, yeah, I don't see any comments showing up at the moment. But at Wasco boy, if you're still out there, like I said, send me a reply. Let me know what's happening because I don't see it at the moment. All right. All right, let's see here. Let's hit the screen share button real quick. Wow, that's a good blitz, though. Ugh. Sometimes these throws are looking real shaky coming out of these quarterbacks' hands. Doesn't even use his hands at all there. Gets a good little hold there. I mean, I actually would have expected Samuels to work back to the quarterback a little bit more there, and then then he would have been overthrown even more. Which that happens with players not playing a lot together, but uh, not really impressed by the quarterbacks here. I kind of wish we had some of the younger guys that everybody's excited about. The Gaskins, the Kyler Murray, which obviously they're not going to be in it because they got all their other stuff going on and being underclassmen and stuff like that. But it'd be fun to see what they would do in a situation like this, which for those underclassmen, it'll never happen. Oh goodness. That wasn't even at his feet. That was 4 yards in front of his feet. And they actually got this new guy in there, Minshew. So that wasn't even Greer anymore. That that was not impressive. Like his headband and 80s haircut, like he's in a kung fu movie, that's impressive. Uh that his throws in that series, not impressive. All right, they're punting real quick. Yeah, they're just gonna get pinned back. They're gonna cut to a commercial. They got a real nice roll on that. That's gonna be inside the 5. But guys, let me know what's happening. Again, I'm trying to find ways for you guys to be able to communicate with me more, trying to, see what see what you can do to be able to let me know what you guys want to talk about. But once again, literally everybody in the FFD260 family is kind of, doing something, doing their own thing. Maybe not really doing their own thing, doing their own family thing, which, as a dad, I can't really be mad at. Uh, one of the guys we hopefully will get out of the pool soon. Yes, in the pool. It's freezing everywhere, but he's out there swimming with his family. He says it's an indoor community pool. I think he's being humble. I think he lives in, like LA somewhere where it's bright and sunny always. But we'll see. Hopefully we get him on. Hopefully we get a few more people on. But let's see here. Like I said, I really want to see what I can do in terms of being able to see comments on YouTube, but I don't see any happening at the moment, which is kind of upsetting me. If people are actually out there commenting, I kind of want to see what they're saying. But from what I'm seeing right now, is it's not actually showing it while it's the uh, live live stream happening. So let me see one more thing here. Like I said, it's my first time, still learning. So let me know what I got to do better. Oh boy, McSwirly's back in. All right, let me stop playing around for a second. I'm gonna cut back, and see if we can hit some screen shares here. They're still kind of BSing with McSwirly. Yeah, yikes. Oh, that's that's almost a safety. Hold on a second. Let's try and cut in real quick. That is a dangerous play. Goodness, he's literally at exactly the 1 yard line there. Ugh. Yeah. I mean, and fantasy wise, a guy like that, if Moreland can be a ball hawk on the defense, if you're still playing in one of those leagues, is starting a DST, anytime there's a ball hawk, you want to try and pick up one of those DSTs. Turnovers, pick sixes, those are really the best things that you can get. So if anybody's out there doing IDP, let me know. We can talk IDP if you want to talk IDP. It's not something that I specialize in, but I definitely have a few IDP leagues. Being invested in fantasy the way that I am right now, I literally have leagues just about all shapes and sizes. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you got going on. See if we can talk about any of them. Eh, Decent little run, nothing special. They picked up 5 yards, even though they really shouldn't have on the last play because of the offsides. Stuck it at 3rd and 3. They're at least out of their own end zone, so they have some options here. But let's see what we got going on with McSwirly. Good release. Ah, they're probably going to be a that slot receiver actually had a great release on his defender. He swam right over top of him. Was able to get behind him. Maybe the safety rolled over top too quickly for him to actually be open, but maybe that's why McSwirly went short instead of that really nice release. Oh, a lot going on that play. Nice little end around though. That's Isabella. I love seeing Isabella being able to be in a lot of different positions. Uh-oh. And one of the boys is starting to wake up. All right. I'm gonna let you guys watch the game for a minute while I run upstairs and find out what's happening with the boy. Oh, that's called life right there. It's called life, and the fact that when Dad tries to do something, the kid wakes up early and makes things difficult. He's upstairs crying that he doesn't want to take a nap, yet he's laying in his crib with his eyes closed, screaming, "I don't want to take a nappy." Such is life. As long as he doesn't wake up his brother, hopefully we'll be all right. But while they're on commercial, I don't want you guys sitting there watching commercials. But while they're watching commercials, let's go ahead and see if we got anything new happening on Twitter. See if we got anything new happening. Uh, all right. Let's see here. Trying to see if there's anybody in the group here that's available. There's a couple people that are saying they're scared. I'm looking at you. You know who I'm talking about. Stop being weak and actually jump in here, talk some stuff. Who cares? Don't be sensitive. That's the uh, motto always. Don't be sensitive. So jump in there, see what's happening, see if there's see if there's oh, actually, you know what? I just found a few chats in here, looks like. Oh, you know what? I literally just found the comments, but we actually just caught back to the game, so I'm gonna go ahead and screen share. I'll be looking at those comments afterwards. Oh, you know what? Never mind. They just cut to another 2 minute warning because why not have 2 minute warnings all the time? Let's see here. So Greer and Wesco, Scott Sherman's thrown out there. Raiders, Risner. Uh, oh, who's the coaches? Gruden and Shanahan are out there. Let's see here. Best pass rusher. That's a tricky one. I would say definitely if you're going, overall actually in the draft, you got to go with Bosa. But I mean, in this game, it's kind of tough to tell. They're not really allowed to do anything. Let's see here. one of my guys from home goes Renfro has Belichick drooling. Couldn't be truer. That's spot on right there. Let's go. What else we got in here? All right, so you guys are saying it's a little blurry, a little choppy. All right, so hopefully we can clean that up in the future with a little bit cleaner of a feed here. But hopefully that doesn't, hopefully that's not something that shows up all the time. But yeah, see, here we go. We got Michelle K thrown in there. Yeah, buddy, gonna run and grab a beer. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's the way football should be enjoyed. Today makes 40 months without a beer. That is commitment. Good for you, Mark Thomas. We actually got quite a few uh, chats going up in here, guys. Uh, I appreciate everybody's chat. Sorry, I was just trying to scroll through a bunch of them while we were in there, while we were during that commercial break. Oh, there you go. Congrats, Mark. That, like I said, that is commitment. Uh, on a- commitment that I'm not ready to make right now in my life, but that is commitment. All right, let's. They're starting to cut back to the game, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on for you guys. And of course, my child during this time where he should be napping is, of course, wide awake, screaming in his crib. So I'm gonna go check on that while I give you guys a second to watch the game. That is talking to his friends and watching football. You can sit down, you can watch football, you can go play. The minions on for you. Okay, no crying though. No crying though. Look, football. No crying though. All right, so in case anybody was actually questioning whether or not I actually am a dad, this is the boys right here. We got Owen right here, the one crying, saying that he doesn't want to go nappy but still looks tired. And Emmett, say hi. 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 Owen, say hi. Hi. Still a little crying, but it's all right. I'll get you guys back to the game. They're gonna hang out with me for a little while. All right. A little bit of time before halftime. Look, you see football?
Yeah, I see football.
Okay, we see a football. Who do we like? We like the Cowboys?
Yeah.
What do we say when we see the Cowboys? That's right, you throw the guns up. All right, so let's see here. Not much of a run there. But got a few more guys from the FFD family. It wouldn't be so awkward when I have to run away to grab these guys, but we'll work on that when we try and do more stuff like this in the future.
When to get a cowboy shirt? Yes, cowboy shirt.
At halftime, I'm going to take a quick break, make a quick potty run, get the boys in front of some minions, maybe with their mama, and definitely be able to do some more after this. But let's see what Jones from Duke can do here. This is definitely one of those opportunities to kind of impress people. You got the 1 minute drill, 3rd and 7, big down. Nice spread field. Nah, that's not going to help anybody out. This is not going to help anybody out. Does he already has a Raiders sticker over his helmet. Gruden must love that.
What got the new ears?
That's the headphones. That's wide open. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. And he fumbles it also. And it's still on ground. Yeah, that's just sloppy at the end there. You're not going to pick up 12 yards on a play like that anyways. Why run a play like that where you know for a fact you're not going to get 12 yards? Owen, what's the matter? Okay. You're on live television. You don't want to be crybaby, right? It's okay. All right, let's see here. I mean, Wilson came late to the practices and stuff, but man, you gotta stay actually on the field. And honestly, just that play is just bad from the beginning. You run everybody deep, you run somebody underneath, but it's 3-12. You gotta hit somebody intermediate.
I'm gonna fall down. We're gonna wake up on these. We're not just sleep here on these. We're not
Deebo Samuel's had a lot of hype, but I mean he's not. He gets on top of the defender there. He kind of runs out of space because of field position and whatnot, but it'd be nice to see him actually get a wide open run there where you can see him, maybe get a 40 or 50-yard pass.
You gonna go basketball or
We're watching football, yeah.
You go football?
Yeah. And Minshew's throwing short. It's the same issue that he had before where he just shorted up on somebody by like 4 feet. It was the guy from Buffalo. That's funny. They just explained why some of the guys have Raider stickers on their head. Because if they do something good, it seems like they go around and slap one of those Raider stickers on there. But he's going to go ahead and kick a field goal. We're probably not going to get much before halftime. So, boys, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go set them upstairs, hopefully right in front of a TV, so that they can watch some Minions and we can talk a little bit more football. So hopefully this will be one of the last times I have to run away for a quick break like this, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, this is part of the joys and craziness. They're just enjoying watching themselves in the computer. But joys of being a dad and a fantasy football enthusiast. Oh, okay. We'll be right back.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You know what? football. Wait, not sleepy. Sleepy undies.
Yeah. Do you want to watch Minions?
I don't want to sleepy undies.
Okay, come on. You got it. Come on.
Go wherever.
Yeah. Oh, you too. Come on.
I gotta go away.
Okay. All right. Seriously, at some point, we'll have to stop running upstairs to help the boys out. But it's halftime now. At least it looks like it is. That's why our viewers are cutting down. But that's all right. I understand what it is. You guys are coming in mostly to watch the game, but completely get ahead to run away in order to take care of the boys. Like I said, part of being a dad. So let's see. Just checking the comments real quick. A lot of love for the Raiders out there, especially from Raymond Owens. A lot of love there. Emilio the GOAT. A lot of Raiders love there also. But yeah, a lot of a lot of people kind of jumping in and out there, but it's definitely one of those learning experience. I love the fact that we got so many people commenting in here. That's making me feel real good, even though a lot of it I wasn't even paying attention to. So just a lot of people talking right now, which is great to hear, great to see. So hopefully we can do even more in the second half of this. Hopefully we can get a few more people really jumping in and being able to just kind of talk shit. So let's see what we have. All right. All right. So they're just showing some highlights here from before. Talking again about Renfro, and like I said, I like what my buddy said about Renfro being the next next Patriots guy. He kind of fits that Patriots mold. They're going back to that lock underhand throw there. Honestly, I prefer not to see that than to actually see that, especially because he could have just thrown the ball normal. So that makes me question a little bit about what his decision making process is. So kind of see what happens. Let's see if we can look at their rosters one more time. See if we got anybody else coming up in the second half that might be a real fun kind of look at. Being a Buffalo alum, I really hope they give Anthony Johnson a little bit more run on the south side. That'd be fun. Tyree Jackson out of Buffalo. It'd be fun to see him getting some run out there too. May or may not happen. I feel like this is kind of like one of those like little kids games though, where everybody gets a chance to play. But let's see what happens there. I feel like most people are probably taking a break right now just because it's halftime. So while we do that, let's go ahead and let's go to an old familiar site like Fantasy Pros and see what they got going on in terms of rookies. See if there's any guys in there that we might be able to see in this next little setup here. So let's see. If you ever want to check out kind of my rankings, I'll be putting them up on Fantasy Pros starting next season. I did a handful of rankings this past season and the year before, just because that was the year before I did more rankings on FFDynasty260.com. This past year I did a lot more with the podcast, which literally was just titled the Redraft Podcast. So did a lot more work with that. So the rankings kind of slipped a little bit as I spent a lot more time trying to do that. But let's see here. And they can't help but to talk about the Super Bowl, which is expected. I'm going to try and avoid talking too much about the Super Bowl. If I were going to put money on it, I'd probably have to go with the Patriots, even though it pains me to say so. I'd really rather like them not to win it, but I would say that's most likely going to be the outcome. But I hope the Rams have a chance to do something. I think they should be able to. If their defense plays as well as their defense is ranked on paper, they really do have a chance to. They really do have a chance to make an impact. The problem is which team is going to show up for the Rams? Are they going to show up with the defense that that actually puts out the type of hits, the type of rushes, the type of rushed passes, deflections, the impact that they could put on an offense? Are they going to show up and be that type of defense, or are they going to be the defense that lets the defense just lets the offense just kind of control what they do? So I'm nervous about that. I'm also really nervous about Jared Goff as like the guy that's going to beat Tom Brady. That doesn't seem like it's going to happen, but I'm hoping for it too, even if I don't think it's likely. But why is this? Trying to play around with a few things here, just to see what we got going on. See, now this is always fun because I just punched into Fantasy Pros their rookie rankings, and they have as their RB1 Darrell Henderson, their RB2 David Montgomery, and then Josh Jacobs at 3. Where I've seen Josh Jacobs seen him at 1, seen him, some people have him, outside the top 10, maybe not top 10, but definitely like outside the top 5 rookie running back. So it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see who they actually put in here and who they see as their number one guy, especially compared with all the other people that are putting out rankings and one. Let's see. So anybody in here that we're actually going to see today? Yeah. Just for fun, let's see where they have Anthony Johnson. Oh, it looks like they don't even have him. Oh, he's not even ranked. Oh, womp, womp, womp. Anthony Johnson doesn't even get a Fantasy Pros rank there. Hopefully everybody, everybody who had a chance to view is now kind of going out, getting a beer, having something to drink because it is halftime. So not exactly the most exciting thing when we don't get to watch any of the game. But like I said, trying to look at what's been going on. I mean, Fantasy Pros has Drew Lock as the quarterback 3. And honestly, he did not do much to impress me. And as the number 3, that means that in front of him is Haskins and Murray, which, both of those guys you're not going to see in this game. And Will Greer is the number 4. And I mean, if I'm just going based off of the tape that I've seen right now, I think Greer has played a little bit better right now. Maybe he has, the better wide receivers out there, better offensive line. But I mean, Locke, like, he just has not been that impressive from the cut of, the small cut of the game that I've been able to watch and see. So, I'm interested to see what you guys think. Who do you think has been a guy that you think is, putting in work so far? All right. Looks like we're getting ready to get back into the game. And here comes the opening kickoff for second half. Let's see what happens here. See if we get maybe a few more guys out there. 41-point return average. That's pretty crazy. The commentators were just mentioning that this dude has returned it back 41 yards on average. He's going to take it out anyways. Yep, there he goes. And he gets 15. Tyree Jackson in the fourth quarter. Oh, see, that's great. The commentators talking about Kyle Shanahan saying he always wants to beat John Gruden. That is great to hear. Nice little push there. Way to get over the line. Yes, my son. Pollard looks all right so far. Good little run there. Good throw. A little high, a little behind. Nice catch, though. See, now this is also like one of those things that you see in preseason too, though, where you get nervous thinking about giving too much credit to them because they're also going against the second and third people on the other side. So, like in the preseason, you get a rookie that, he had 100 yards in a preseason game, and then you realize he was playing against third, fourth string defense that almost all of them eventually get cut. So that's a good ball though. Not a bad little toss. How's the feed look now, guys? Anybody got feedback on how the feed looks now? As they're redoing this, I'm going to take a second, stop the sharing so I can check out, see if anybody's saying, anybody else in here talking about how the feed looks. Go ahead and post it either on the YouTube thing. Brennan says still a little choppy, huh? Is it when I cut to the game that it's choppy because we're trying to share it at the same time, or just if I'm just sitting here with my beautiful face, it looks choppy? Let's see what they do on 2nd and 9 here. Oh, I pop open another beer. Nice little play action. Oh. That was just over his head and just literally right into the defender. He puts that down just a little bit. He puts that down just a little bit lower. He's probably stopped a little bit short, but if you got a big, strong receiver like, Doss might end up being, he might be able to punch that one in if the quarterback's able to drop that down just a couple feet lower. Nice little grab, nice little route. Looks like the defense lifted way too much over top, though. Looked like they were playing the goal line instead of the first down marker. Definitely the safer call to make there, though. Like seeing Dawson in the slot. Coming all the way across the field, and nope. Almost look at Doss though coming across though. Right over there, he opens up. I guess he's already the quarterback's already out the other side though. Too much pressure. Oh, it's good. Ferguson looks legitimate. I mean, maybe this is just the the right defensive play call versus the wrong offensive play call. But he looks like a legitimate option here, playing off the edge. See, that's the guy I want to watch right here, Isabella. Ooh. That looked like it should have been a catch. Even with the pass interference at the top of the route there. This looks like it hits him right in the hands when he falls down. Yeah, it was a little one-handed, but yeah, no, that's definitely a little bit more of a difficult catch because of that pass interference. Not quite as simple as it looked like when they showed it in real time. It looked like he had an opportunity to get both hands there and just kind of sat and wait for it. But looks like he only got one hand up there. But decent little scramble by Jones to get in there. All right, let's go ahead and see what people are up to now. Take a quick little break. They were able to punch it in. The North is able to bring it back. It's now 12 South, 9 North, 10 minutes left in the third quarter. The extra point, I mean, does it really matter who wins this game? I'm sure there's people out there betting on it and whatnot, but the kicker is able to drill that through, make it 10-12. Let's see. Greer didn't look very good, question mark. He didn't look great. He looked better than um, Locke, though. He had a couple of decent throws there, um, but he didn't wow me, I guess is the easiest way to say. Like, he made a couple of smart plays. He had a couple decent looks, but some of the, like, even the bigger plays that he connected on, he just kind of heaved up, um, and his receiver was able to make a better play than a better pass. So Greer, nothing special from him today. So why didn't I like Locke? He he seemed a little, I don't want to say scared, but he seemed like he was just kind of going through the motions. And maybe this is just watching it in the Senior Bowl. And like I said in the very, very beginning of this, this is I spend so much time doing NFL during the season. I watch very little college football. So this is my chance to kind of like get my first impression from the seniors. And I start kind of really going through my laps of, who are the guys that everybody's talking about coming out? Who are the guys that only these select pockets of guys are coming out? Start my film study, start my stats analysis. So Locke may have looked great throughout the entire season, but in this game, I mean, I keep going back to that one play where he threw it underhanded. That just seemed like such a like nonsensical decision that I feel like people are going to hype it up because Pat Mahomes is throwing the ball left-handed and throwing the ball no look, and look at what Locke can do. He's throwing it underhand and making completions, and honestly, he could have made that throw like any other normal throw from the angles that they've shown us. So that makes me question a little bit of his decision. And then other than that, like, he just didn't do anything. Very similar to Greer, he didn't do anything to really wow me or any like great throws. There was, they Greer and Locke both had a couple of decent throws where I think if they had their original receivers, they would have looked like much better throws. But for the most part, neither of the quarterbacks. And again, it's tough to say because it's the Senior Bowl, and it's kind of like judging like in the Pro Bowl skills challenge where Adam Thielen looked like the best quarterback. Like it's more entertainment than it is actual football. But neither of them really wowed me that much. So Brendan, I hope that answers your questions about the quarterbacks. And like I said, in the future, hopefully we clean up the choppiness a little bit. But there was a false start here, and I'm going to try and cut us back into the game real quick. So hopefully you guys, hopefully the screen's the feed's a little bit cleaner. We'll have to try and work on that as we keep going. Is the audio coming through all right though? Even still, hopefully that's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And actually, let's try this. Throw the charger in there. See if that helps it out. It sometimes helps with the performance. Yeah. See, what's funny is I wonder if the refs are calling that. Let's start up a whole can of worms. I wonder if the refs are calling that after watching the Saints Rams game. Anyone want to comment on that one? You're allowed to put your hand on a defender, or sorry, on a receiver, but you can't manipulate them at all. That's a strip sack. That's a big boy picking it up too. All right, let's take a quick break while they're gonna go to commercial here because of the turnover. See what else we got happening in the chat. See if we got anybody else popping on Twitter. Again, you can follow me on Twitter at FFD at Home Dad. You can follow the FFD260 crew at FFD260. You can also find us online at ffdynasty260.com. Again, reach out to me. Let me know what you got going on. Let me know. This is obviously the first time trying to make this happen. So if like I've gotten a couple comments about the feed being a little choppy and stuff like that. Hopefully we can clean that up in the future. If you like this, my hope is to eventually do Thursday night games. Because I mean, let's face it, like the best part of watching a Thursday night game is drinking beers and bullshitting with your friends more so than actually watching the game. So let me know what you guys think about that. So let's actually cut back to the game real quick and rewind this just a bit here. So here you get strip sacked. We watched that one already. Let's skip ahead. No, it's just a bit too far. The South just ran a little trick. The North just ran a little trick play here. I'm trying to find it to let you guys see it. There we go. Love it. The flea flicker. Again, I'd rather see here's from like a scouting wide receiver's position. He needs to be catching that ball at the high point. Letting this come into his body is just like opening himself up for opportunities to drop the ball. Like that should be caught out here at the high point of the pass, not letting it come into his body. Because look at how close that defender's hand is right there. That defender, if that defender makes a better play, he's able to knock that ball away because the wide receiver does not stretch it out. Look at that, though. Isabella. I don't know who, going back to my buddy's comment earlier about Belichick drooling for Renfro, I don't know who he would drool for more, Renfro or Isabella. Both of them that Wes Welker look-alike. Following his blocks, stripping a tackle right there. Beautiful. And we'll cut away for a moment since they're gonna go to commercial. They're kicking the commercials right away. But Isabella's one of those guys. I think most people are not gonna rank him up too high. Like I don't think many people are gonna care about him at all. But he's one of those guys that I feel like is definitely a guy to take late, especially if he goes to a team that really needs a slot receiver. I mean, there's a lot of teams out there that could use a slot guy. So that's definitely somebody somebody that I want to see where does he go. I also want to see what he does in the combine. Like I don't think you're going to get anybody Cooper Cup like out of these two guys, but if you do, that would be phenomenal. He looks like honestly though they just cut the Isabella on the bench. He just looks like he's having a good time. They slapped two Raiders stickers on his helmet. He looks like he's just having a good time. Let's do a quick little check. See what do they have Isabella at on again, just going to Fantasy Pros because it basically sets everybody up here. I feel like he's probably not even on the list. All right, they got Isabella wide receiver 14th, the 30th pick off the board. So you're looking at, if you're in a 12-team league, he's going real late in that second round, or sorry, in that third round. So he's one of those guys where if he lands at a really nice spot, he could be somebody that that really turns heads. What about yeah, they don't. Renfro's not even up there at all, which just means he's the perfect Patriots pick. Someone late, real late in the drafting process. Renfro becomes that perfect Patriots pick because he's just a hard worker, a grinder, finds a way to get open, finds a way to beat coverage, and shows up in big games. And what's more Patriots than showing up in big games? Because if you watch the Patriots throughout the season, you had to have gone like they're gonna go they're gonna make a run again, but they shouldn't. They don't look good. They don't look good all season long. But when it's a big game, what do the Patriots do? Show up. And unfortunately, I'm wearing my Cowboys colors. Unfortunately, when it's a big game for the Cowboys, they're like, you know what? We'll let you take the limelight. But let's see here. If you're listening, do me a favor. Shout out what team you're rocking. Like I said, I'm rocking the Cowboys. I live in New York, so I'm not a Giants fan. So if anybody Giants fans out there, I'm not a Giants fan. But I do watch a lot of the Giants and the Jets. So shout out what team you're at. Honestly, after who was it for the South? After Locke left for the South, though, the South really hasn't been able to put up any points. And like I said, I was not a big fan of Swirly, but I mean, Daniel Jones wasn't able to do anything. Let's see who they have coming in now. They're coming back from commercial, uh, doing a little talking right now still, but so we're gonna keep looking. Um, I think they said they were gonna put Finley in next. Uh, at quarterback. So let's see who they have coming in here to play quarterback. Um, because honestly, and maybe this goes against the idea that I had for Locke, but I mean they really haven't been able to score since Locke and McSorley were in the game. So like I said, I didn't see anything that really impressed me out of those guys, but I didn't see anything that necessarily made me hate them. So let's see what we got now. Wow, I really thought they were going back to the game. All right, they're lining up in the background. Why are we still talking about? Oh, because it's the Reese's guy. That's why. Because it's the Reese's Senior Bowl. Oh, that's a decent throw, decent catch. Oh, they had sit him in. I feel like it's such a waste of a formation to line up in I form and run a play like that. Like in like in college, I get it a little bit more, but in the NFL, I feel like it's gonna keep becoming a more and more wasted play to line up in I form and not run the ball. Like at this point in time, it's all about efficiency. And if they're putting a fullback in there, it's because they want to clean a hole out, or try and get the defense to do something. And if they just run a straight pass out of it, it's not. Oh, we got a return happening. Yeah, made a couple people miss, which is always exciting to see. But all right, let's cut away for a moment while they're cutting away. Also, yeah, I mean it's it's getting to that point in the game where it's still fun to see who's getting out there and who's getting play and whatnot. But um, it may be getting to that point of kind of like a preseason game where it's kind of like I want to see, can do you have the talent to just make things happen? Um, but are you going to be somebody that you know, is just a hype train type of guy? And those are always the fun guys to be right on. Are the people that everybody's saying, "Oh, this guy, this guy, this guy. Look at the hype. Look at the hype. Look at the hype." And then being cautious enough to be like, but he got all of that at specific times, not at times where you would expect people to be putting up those type of numbers. So um, it's hoping that you see some kind of talent out there. It's hoping you see some kind of explosiveness, but still kind of keeping in mind that at this point it's no longer the first teams out there. Yeah. Right now I'm just again still trying to see, trying to keep going through the rosters, keep kind of looking up guys that we might see in there, looking up guys that who would I who out of these seniors do I want to see? And I feel like we've gotten to a point in the NFL where we actually don't want seniors. We want the junior guy because we want to scoop him up before he has a chance to get too many hits. So um, it's tough now because most of the guys that are going to be at the top of draft boards, most of the guys that are going to be at the top of your fantasy draft boards, as well as any NFL drafts that people are talking about, they're going to be these underclassmen because they're trying to scoop them up before before something bad. I don't want to say something bad, but before they take too many hits, before they start wearing their body down, because the life of an athlete is usually short. There's not many guys that. Oh, that's decent little run. Would have liked a little bit more speed out of that bounce outside. And let me see if I can quick go to the screen share and before they show the replay. There we go. Like a little bit more speed out of Williams there. He does get outside of it, but he takes just a little bit too much time to develop to the outside. So much time. Good throw there. Sorry about that. The wife came home, and that means that you got to run away and take a moment. Anybody who's married understands that completely. Let's see what happened here. So 2nd and 9, decent. Been able to move the ball a little bit, so that's good to see. I mean, Finn seems to be making a couple crisper throws than some of the earlier quarterbacks. I mean, it's not, again, nothing too exciting or anything like that, but seems to be zipping them a little bit. Whereas like the guys earlier wanted to go downfield a little bit more. And that's honestly, that's something that you need in the NFL nowadays. So we'll see if this guy can maybe let it rip a little bit. Yeah, he's he's going short right now, which I mean Brady's made a career of going short and being super accurate and efficient. Yeah, they're gonna go 2-minute warning here, so we're gonna go ahead and stop that for a second, let it cut back. But yeah, I mean it's one of those things where I would like to see this guy sling it downfield at this point. He's shown that he can, whip it in on some of these shorter throws. Let's see him throw it deep. I mean, that's again like when I was talking about Greer and Locke earlier. I kind of wasn't that impressed with their deep ball. Let me see what this guy can do. Maybe this maybe this guy has the arm that he wants to sling it. But right now he's just going short. Who knows? I'd I'd like to see a few more options out of him. Let's do a quick check on Twitter again. Obviously, you guys clicked on the link here to come and watch the game. So let me know. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Let me know if there's something that either we talked about earlier, maybe, or that we haven't talked about at all that you want to know what we got going on for. You can always tweet it, reply to the link. You can always find me on Twitter. I am the At Home Dad. You can find me on Twitter at FF the At Home Dad. You can find the whole FFD260 team on Twitter at FFD260. You can also find us online at FFDynasty260.com. Like I said, we were expecting a couple people to pop on, a few more people to pop on. That hasn't been happening quite as much as we'd want, but it is what it is when you have people that are parents, working full time. All right, and we're back to the game, so let's see if we can go back to the screen share. Another false start. Wow, at the penalty and lost some work there. I mean, that may have been Doss and Luck's best throw. I mean, Luck made he gets the credit for the completion there, but that was a good throw decent throw they had made. Nothing special, but that was a much better catch and run by Doss. Good play design too, actually. So that's a big comparison that the commentators just made was Keelan Doss to Cooper Kupp. I mean, Doss has been effective in his role here, but I don't know if I'd make that comp. Another grab by Isabella. Again, I think Isabella could be one of my favorite guys at the moment. I mean, he had if I remember, he had a really nice season. Wasn't he an award winner or a award finalist? So that's always promising. When we get a second, I'll cut the screen share. So I'm going to cut the screen share for a minute. I'm just going to check that real quick. I want to say Isabella was up for the I'm going to cut us back to the screen share real quick to see what happens here. Oh. Finley had that one swatted at the line. That's actually... Yeah, that guy's got some big arms that he just stuck up in there. I wonder if that's something that I want to look at more is this guy Finley, is this somebody that anybody's even talking about, and if so, is his ability to see what the throwing lane is going to be an issue for him going forward. It's just a timeout there, so we'll take a second, cut back out. I thought Isabella was a finalist for one of for best receiver in college, if not the finalist, and that's bothering me now because usually with especially with receivers, that's one of the things that I focus on more than others. So that's just as I'm talking to you guys and waiting for the link to come back in. Yeah, I thought he was wasn't he a finalist for the Blitnikoff? Oh, oh, Jerry Judy won it. Okay, that's what it was. So he must have been a finalist then. All right. They just kicked the field goal at 4th and 3, so you guys didn't really miss much on me going back through and doing my search for my Blitnikoff people. See, I feel like there's going to be someone in here that someone in this game is going to be one of those quarterbacks that's going to end up being a one of those career backup type of guys. And the way he just played, and honestly, the stat that they just threw up there, he's had like it looked like close to 400 pass attempts without an interception. This guy Finley looks like he could be one of those guys that he's going to get drafted as a career backup, and be somebody that is not enjoyable, not super flashy, nothing that exciting, but a guy that he's there, which is not exactly a compliment, but he's there. So let's see if we cut back real quick to the game, see what happens. Let's see here what they can do. Some of these second and third stringers, nice spread formation, swatted at the line. He was going to check it down anyways. Eh. All right, let's see what they got going on now. Little tight set, 3 wide receivers, strip sack though. Was that a tight end? Actually, it looked like a. Yeah, it looks like the tight end actually runs all the way back to get on this. That's impressive. Look at. I wonder if he was running a curl that had him looking back at the quarterback, because he ran back and made a great play there. All right, let's see. What do we got? Anybody want to talk about anything? Anything not college related? Anybody got anything out there? Pats. I love it. Way to go, Jamie. Pats. I mean, hopefully you've been listening for a little bit, because literally we've talked about 2 guys already going to the Pats, Renfro and what's the other guy? Isabella, because they just fit into that Pats that Pats mold, that Wes Welker mold. So we'll see what happens. But I wish there were timestamps on these chats, but another guy mentioned how did Greer play. I mean, this is what I've been saying so far with Greer. He made a couple decent throws, but they were mostly slants. He had a couple of he had a couple big plays down the field, but they were plays where he kind of just floated it up there and you had guys going underneath it to go get it. It was less the quarterback and more so the wide receiver. Um, but I mean he definitely he didn't do anything that made me question him, but he didn't do anything that made me um like dislike who he is as a quarterback or anything. But I mean, honestly, the quarterback play the whole game has been, yeah, it's been okay. I haven't seen anything out of the quarterbacks that has been like, oh wow, this is a quarterback that I want to go out and get. This is a quarterback that, if I'm thinking just NFL, I'm thinking, is this a guy that I need right now on my team in the NFL? Of all those, quarterback thirsty teams, I haven't seen that. But I also haven't seen anybody that's like, oh, I'm not going to touch any of these guys. So I don't know if Jake is still listening, but um, Hunter Renfro be the next Julian Edelman for the Pats? Yes. Mitchell, absolutely yes. Indeed, he could be. Maybe not Edelman. I feel like Edelman has maybe a little bit more quick twitch than Hunter has. Uh, but if you're thinking about the mold of receiver that's undersized, undervalued, but just super consistent, yeah, you could go with Renfro or Isabella. I think more people are looking at Isabella, so Isabella might be picked up before the Pats want to, make that smart late pick because everything the Pats do seems to be smart. But I could definitely see Isabella or Renfro playing for Boston next year, which, if they continue doing what they're doing is, not gonna make me happy or many other people. But hopefully that doesn't turn you off the fact that I'm not a Patriots fan. Let's cut back to the game real quick. That's a It's not a bad grab. It's a little cradle-ish. You always want to see receivers catch the ball out away from their body. Anytime they let it come in is a little suspect. I mean, on a play like that, it's a little bit more acceptable. But you always want to see that high point. You always want to see the wide receivers extend out and grab the ball versus letting it come into their body. But I mean, excuse me, that wide receiver had his whole coverage beat. It would have been nice to see. Would have been nice to see the quarterback string that ball out a little bit more. But let's see what we got in here. Womp womp womp. So that was Locke just saying that he wants to be 10 out of 10 instead of 7 out of 10. Um, it, what makes me question a little bit more is he actually brings up the idea about like side arming it, which he didn't sidearm it. He literally underhand tossed it. He like softball pitched it in. But can we just take a moment to mention though that you got a University of Buffalo quarterback and Buffalo is get it. Sorry, I got a root for my alma mater. I went to University of Buffalo when, and tried walking onto the team when they were literally at that time there was only 117 teams and they were ranked 117. So when I get a chance to root for Buffalo, I'm going to root for Buffalo. Sorry, not sorry. But how is Buffalo playing for the South? How does that make any sense? Wow. All right. Jennings making a little bit of a name for himself. He has a big 50-point play and then catching the quick slant in traffic. Let's look at the actual catch here. Oh, and see, that's what I'm talking about. In traffic, where does he catch it? Out in his hands versus he could try and do one of those awkward that's one of those points where you can tell a more polished receiver from some of the guys that go more on terms of skill. And I'm actually going to go back to the screen share, hopefully real quick because they're going for two. Um, he actually catches the ball out and away from his body and lets his hands do the work. Oh, and he's stacked up there. But catches the ball with his hands out away from his body because when you catch it into your body, one, your shoulder pads are hard, which means that the ball bounces off of your shoulder pads. And two, that's where the defender is swiping at. He's not swiping out and away at the ball. He's swiping at your body. So if you have the ball in close to your body, if you have the ball in close to your body, he's swiping in that vicinity. So you want the ball out and away because if he swipes and you make a big strong-handed catch and he swipes and he pulls a hand down, hopefully you got enough that you're already tucking and he just pulls the hand down and you already got the ball tucked away. But if you're trying to catch it in at your body like this and he swats it down, you're losing everything. Just like I just lost the headphones and mic right there. But let's see what people are talking about on YouTube. And one more shout out for Twitter again. You know, you can find me always on Twitter at FFD at Home Dad. You can find the whole FF Dynasty FF Dynasty team online at ffdynasty260.com. You can find us on Twitter, FFD260. We're always out there. You got a lot of guys trying to get in touch with everybody. We'll respond to anything you guys want to talk about. So we may be getting an actual guy jumping in. Yeah, I'm just talking with some of the 260 guys right now. Part of the reason why I love working for everybody here is because a lot of us are in the same spot where it's a lot of people, we're just hustling, doing something we love, and it's really the passion that brings us here. And if you're really into fantasy, you're in it because it's all about passion, and you're in it because I mean, probably because you love shit on your friends and you want that one up to shit on your friends even more. So that to me always keeps me motivated. That to me is, something that I always want to do. And plus, having a beer, watching the game, and being able to say I'm better than you at the same time, that's gold. So we're trying to get one more guy in here, and it looks like they're coming back to the game. So let's see if we can cut back real quick. Let's do a quick, let's see if we can replay that real quick and see if we get something here. Decent little run, nice little jump cut. Bad. Oh, don't take too long to load now. Uh, oh, there we go. Look at that. Okay. See, now this is a prime example of do we have a good running back here, or do we have a running back that's superior than the defense that he's playing against? I mean, he's making good choices, cutting to the right holes. Um, but again, this could be defense being in the wrong spot. This could be, poor tackling, like you just watched 25 there. At the first point of attack, missing the tackle. If he plays against higher level competition, is this going to be one of those things where he doesn't make the first guy miss? I I almost want to say that's the first run out of I form, even weak, strong, straight up I form that we've seen tonight. I feel like every time that they've gone into I form, that they've been passing out of it. So that's actually not bad to see. It's got him underneath and gets destroyed trying to throw it, and that ball just goes wherever. He looked like he had the short crosser first though. Look at him come right here, come across. Oh, he's got him. All he's got to do is just lay it anywhere into the right spot, and he just heaves it. I mean, he's getting pressure on him, but you got to be better than that. Wow, Isabella. All right, that that might be sealing it. Isabella might legitimately be the next Patriots Wes Welker prototype. That might be it right there. Good throw. Again, he catches it into his body a little bit there. Not a little bit. He really does catch it into his body, which not necessarily what you want to see, but that the quarterback put it right on his number, which if that's what's going to happen, he secures the catch. He does what he needs to. He's in wide open space. That's a good run. McLaurin's shown a little bit of versatility. McLaurin had a couple of decent plays earlier on, and now gets a decent little end around there. I mean, I feel like in today's NFL, you're going to have even more of these type of players. So, and they just punch it in. And actually, North is taken over in this second half. And again, this makes you question: is this a? It's a good little cutback, though. But it makes you wonder: is this a better offense versus better offensive players versus not as good defensive players? But look at John Gruden out there slapping those Raider stickers on everybody's helmets. We're going to cut away for a minute again. Just, don't want to show the whole game. But kick is good. Let's see. Let's check the Twitters real quick. The Twitters. See if anybody's jumping in there. See if anybody's said anything. Trying to find out what you guys are saying. We'll check the YouTube chat as well. See if there's anything going on in there that you guys want to talk about during this commercial break. Let's see here. If I had to draft a QB from the Super Bowl, who would it be and why? Oh, good question, Jake. If I had to draft somebody right now, granted, just based just off of what we've seen today, even though I wasn't totally impressed with Greer, so there's the idea that like he was number one on the list for a reason. So Greer kind of sits a little bit above for me because he was number one out there. He's he made good decisions. He had a couple where he floated them, but I think it'd probably be Greer. I don't know. I kind of want to go back. That's a really good question. I kind of want to go back now and like look at it more closely. But if I had to say somebody right now, I think it would be him. And then honestly, I think number 2 right now, Finley actually looks like he's slinging the ball pretty decently. And obviously Locke is, he should probably be the number if I'm going Greer 1, Locke should probably be number 2. But I feel like if, Locke to me, just based off of this game, Locke to me has not been the second best quarterback. So, Jenny said, I was just there. That was a lot of ass. Fat. What? Dear God, Jenny, what are you talking about? All right, let's see. Hopefully Jenny was just at the game and that's what she's talking about. Let's see. Yeah, I mean that's most people are talking about either the quarterbacks in this game, or honestly, the next Patriots wide receiver, either Renfro or Isabella. So yeah, this I think that's actually been one of the best ones so far. I think those have been the best kind of comments so far. That's the trending line. So let's actually go back to the screen share real quick. Ooh, Tyree just goes a little long. See that's how you can tell I'm not a home fan guy or alumni fan, because I went to the University of Buffalo and I didn't put Tyree Jackson, even though he scored a touchdown. Didn't put him as the number 1 or 2 guys there. But he looks decent here. Again, he looks decent. It's not a good. That's not a vote of confidence nor a knock against him. That was actually a bad delivery there, and the defender was all over that one. That was not pretty. I love how they throw a Thomas Sweeney highlight of him dropping the ball that hits him right in the hands. Granted, the defender was like all over him, but I mean, we can't stop that commentary of if the ball hits you in the hands, you got to catch it. That was a good catch. Pros, that's not a catch, but a little wobbly on the throw. Great catch at the end of the, at the end of the football there. That's Tyree Jackson out there just slinging it. It looks decent. Tyree Jackson might end up being one of these type of guys. That's never mind. As soon as I was about to give him a compliment, he just sputters out and falls on the floor. I was gonna say he might be one of these guys that ends up kind of like a Dak Prescott in the fourth round. Definitely a second or third day type of guy that just based off of athleticism and some smartness and not anything incredible, but a good combination of everything that you want from a quarterback, like a good combination of that uh, could be a decent pick, but all right, decent little screen pass. I mean, the second and 20, you kind of expect that. I mean, there's quite the showdown between Shanahan and Gruden. I wonder if that's going to be indicative of anything moving forward in the NFL. Oh, yeah. 4th and 12. They're going to have to punt this. You think they're going to put this one away, but no, we are playing Madden football right now. You'd think they'd be punting this one away. Oh, stay up. Tyree stays on his feet. See, oh, womp, womp, womp. All right. Tyree Tyree Jackson just went all the way down anyone's draft board. I mean, he makes a good play of escaping, but just gets cut by. It looks like he was trying to find Isabella again, though. Gets beat there. All right, let's see what do we got going on here. Anything happening in the YouTube chat? Let's see here. Um, we get another Raiders shout. Let's go Raiders. I think a lot of teams are sleeping on Greer because of his arm strength and college scheme he played in, but his play is arguably the second or best in this draft class. I mean, yeah, right now, I was doing a couple earlier looks at Fantasy Pros consensus, and they have Greer as the number 3, and nothing in this game has made me take him out of that spot. I think almost everybody is going to be high on Kyler Murray. I think everybody's going to be high on Gaskins. So I don't like. I didn't see anything that made me, sorry, not Gaskins, Haskins. Nothing that made me bump Greer up or nothing that made me bump him down. Like he played a solid game. He lobbed a couple balls up, which even in the pros, they do that sometimes. The quarterback will be under pressure and he's anticipating where the wide receiver is going to go and he throws it up, and those plays end up either as incredible catches, interceptions, or those everybody's on their feet because it's incomplete. So I mean that happens all the time. So I didn't see anything that made me Like Greer. Oh, and actually, sorry, I lied. Fantasy Pros has Lockett 3 and Greer 4, but they're in terms of overall picks, they're 37 and 40. So, I mean, I would flip those two based on tonight's game. So I'd put Greer above Lock, but nothing, nothing drastic, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing too crazy. So let's see here. I've, I'm not gonna lie. I love the fact that Gruden is slapping them all up with Raiders stickers. Just throwing this out there because I work in middle schools. You'd be surprised what a sticker can do to somebody's confidence and motivation to do something. You slap a sticker on somebody's paper or give somebody a sticker and not somebody else, and they'd be like, I want that fucking sticker. And we'll do just about whatever you want to try and get a sticker. So really loving this Raiders stickers being slapped all over their helmets. Let's see here. Another I-form set, probably a run here. Oh, nice little shot there. Knocking the linebacker right on his keister. They're really trying to say, clearing up that that's a Delaware helmet, not a Michigan helmet. And the fact that he's got 3 stickers on it and just means that somebody's going to try and go out there and get even more. Nice little run on 3rd and 1, little action out there on the wing. Looking like it could be a screen, but just gives it up inside for the first down. Smart. Let's see what we got going on here now. Let's see a few more of these wide receivers or running backs get into it. Honestly, this has been a very, in terms of running backs, you had, oh, no, whoa, never mind. I literally just saying it's been a poor showing for running backs aside from, who was it, Armstead all the way back in the first quarter. But look at Pollard cracking it open with a nice run there, putting the North ahead 33-14. Good blocking, great seal, great block downfield, and then just enough explosiveness to cut back in and just wall off any opportunity of those guys being able to get to him. Nice little pickup. Only 3 minutes left in the game. We're gonna cut away for a second, just see what's happening out there on the Twitter. See what's happening in YouTube. No new comments at the moment on Twitter. You can always find me on Twitter. I am the At Home Dad at FF the At Home Dad. I work with the whole FF Dynasty 260 crew. You can find us on ffdynasty260.com or on Twitter at FFD260. That's our main Twitter handle. I mean, we're always out there talking about what's happening. So feel free to hit us up with whatever. We talk We talk dynasty, we talk redraft, we talk just about anything you want to talk. So hit us up, send me a DM, let me know what's going on. Send me a message, send me, you know, send me a singing telegram if you want, but let us know what's happening, and we'll definitely get back to you guys. Let's try and looks like they're back, so let's try and hit screen share real quick. They actually just made a play here. Let's see what just happened there real quick. Rewind this back a little bit. Wow. Looks like Tyree Jackson had Renfro, but just missed by, a mile. Yeah, no, that's just a wasted throw. All right. Bring it all the way up to speed for you guys. Might get a little choppy for a second while it's reloading, but give it a second to hopefully update. I mean, Deebo Samuel was one of those guys that everybody wanted to see from the very beginning, but he didn't do anything to impress me, but he didn't do anything to really take that off. Terry McLaurin did a little bit more in terms of seeing him line up all over the place, which is something that you want to see. Is a potential option in the NFL. If you're not going to be, elite at one position, then being able to play in a bunch of positions, being able to play all over the field is definitely something that you want to see. But it's good to see what these young guys got. All right. At this point, you know what? I'm done talking about rookies. Let's go UB. Come on, UB. Oh, takes the check down, hits him dead in the hands, and he just drops it. Womp, womp, womp. So that's not going to go over well for the running back haul. He's gonna end up getting tagged as a Jordan Howard before you know it. Yeah, he caught it in space, but that space closed up real quick. It's like they knew what was going to happen with that one. All right, let's just take a quick peek here, see if anything else is happening. There's only a couple minutes left. This game is basically all over but the crying. Again, nice to see Renfro getting a grab there at the end, but nothing too surprising there. If the Giants take Dwayne Haskins and the Jaguars, they're coming. Who do you think will be the next QB taken for a QB need team? So Jake is throwing out a question about if Haskins is going 1, Kyler Murray going 2. Who do you think will be the next QB taken for a QB needy team? I think the Broncos probably will be next up in there. Let me do a quick check. I'm just going to pull up the NFL draft board just to do a quick check to see who's actually left after ththose guys, because those are the ones that everybody's talking about right now. They want to know is Eli going to be there next year? What are the Jaguars going to do? They literally went from like a playoff contending team that, they were deep in the playoffs to just abysmal today. So see what we got going on here for them. Um, I mean, there is the possibility that the Pats pick somebody up. I mean, the Pats are either going to be 31 or 32, which I mean that's where we saw Lamar Jackson go last year. So that's definitely a possibility. Um, I mean, most of the teams you got, assuming there's no, um, no trades going on. I think the Broncos at 10. They might pick up Greer, or they might say Case Keenum is we're gonna rock with him until next year, and then next year try and get Hubert. I think the next option, I mean, honestly, might be the Bengals with an aging Andy Dalton. So it kind of goes down to those guys. Maybe the Dolphins take a flyer. Um, and then after that, I mean, most of the teams kind of are locked into their guys. So most of the guys after that are going to go as either backup guys or developmental guys that you'll kind of see after that. So um, I think it's a kind of a toss up between, do you see the Broncos or the Bengals taking a quarterback, one of these Greer or Lock, or letting them slide into the next round and see what happens. So Renfro actually just made another great grab. Let me go to screen share real quick to see what happened. See if I can get that to you guys real quick. See, and this is why Renfro's going to be like, maybe not. I don't want to go out on this hot take of being good in the NFL, but that's why Renfro could be somebody in the NFL that is versatile enough that he's able to get open when the quarterback's in trouble. And that's, if you look at the changing in data, and one of the ESPN guys just talked about this the other day, that there's been more throws outside the pocket in 2018 since ESPN started tracking the data. So guys like Renfro, who can find the soft spot in his own and sit down in it and give their quarterback an option, that just is so much more important now than being, 6'6", 200 pounds, being a big body. Oh, I'm I'm the X, I'm the number one guy. Renfro just got another grab, got popped real hard and still hung on to it. I mean, he's doing all the things that he needs to do. I mean, granted, it's late in the game. There's only a minute 20 left, and the South is up. Or sorry, the South is down 34-18. I mean, I could see a couple of guys here, like uh, what you might call it, like Flynn. Sorry about that. Like Flynn and Jackson here. They've been getting so much play right now in the later part of the game that um, they may have helped their draft stock a little bit, maybe. Um, and to the sense where they may have not been drafted, you know, either at all or until the 6th, 7th round. They might have pushed themselves up a little bit where they might compete for a backup job, or you know, if not a backup job, at least a practice squad type of setup. So it's it's interesting to see this, and see, this is what we're concerned about next. The NFL Combine. Maybe we'll try and do one of these live type of things for the NFL Combine if we can smooth out the graphics any. Let's see what we got here. Little check down, nothing too major. To the tight end. Smart play, get yardage, keep the ball moving. The time's moving. I mean, honestly, they're not going to do a whole lot. I mean, and unless they can score 17 points in 42 seconds, which I don't think any team is playing hard enough or light enough to make that happen or not happen. But they actually put Armstead back in the game, and Armstead just made a great play to take on a hit and then go over top of it for the first there. So, Jackson just completely missed Armstead. But who knows? Maybe they're trying to make a little bit of play, and then it's like, 19 seconds left. Yeah, no, they're really not. I mean, this right here is a prime preseason stat. 12 for 20, 150 yards, touchdown and interception. It's like enough where you're like, oh, I think this guy might have a chance. And then, in the long run, you're like, yeah, not really. See, that's why I want to see. It'd be nice to see all of their stats put together. That was a good throw. I like that one. All right, guys. There's 14 seconds left. There's probably not much going to happen left in this game. We're going to get ready to end this broadcast. I want to appreciate everybody out there that showed up, that talked with me. Hopefully, you guys had a couple beers with me, enjoyed the game. Once again, follow all of us. You can find everything that we do on the internet at FFDynasty260.com. You can find the whole, FF Dynasty family on Twitter at FFD260. And you can find me, the At Home Dad, on Twitter at FF the At Home Dad. If you listen to any of podcasts, you know that I always find a way to fuck that up. So I appreciate you guys. Enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed the feed. As always, leave me any and all feedback. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it all. So enjoy, and hopefully I see you guys soon. Hit me up on Twitter. Let me know what you thought. All right. Have a good one.